Well, unfortunately, it's a sad day. Actually, it's a mad day. The Illinois Supreme Court has done the dirty work for the Democrats, and we are not obviously happy about it. I think anything is just going to be done for the Democrats to hold the majority, to cling to power, to continue to disenfranchise voters, and it's just very disappointing. The governor stated that he would support a fair map, but yet he just stands by it, even after seeing the evidence of the study that was done. He just continues to stand by his colleagues to let this continue on and not go forward with a fair map.
The decision is, I'm. You want to see a good reason why this decision never should have come down? Read the dissent from Justice Overstreet. He does a fantastic job in laying out the problems with the decision. It starts with the court itself saying, this might not be timely. Why don't you tell us? Justice Overstreet goes through and tells you, timeliness shouldn't have been an issue raised by the court. It should have been raised by a defendant. But the only defendant that was in the case at the time, the State Board of Elections, represented by the Attorney General's office, said, we're not going to take a position on it even after the court raised it. It wasn't until Speaker Welch and President Harmon decided they had to jump into the case and tell you why it wasn't timely, instead of defending the maps based on the law. Based on the law. That's all we asked for. Base it on the law. So they didn't do that. Instead, the court looks at their prior decisions and says, all these were filed right away, and the last one in 2012 we said wasn't timely. But that only dealt with the issue of compactness. In 2019, the U.S. Supreme Court tells us the partisan gerrymandering issues that we raised, that was the main, an equal component of our case, had to be raised after you had 2 election cycles. That's what we waited for.
Yeah, and just the magnitude of money that has been spent on installing these Supreme Court justices is massive. Right. You know, direct contributions of hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Speaker, millions more from other parties and interests that are controlled and under examination and audit. So something needs to be changed here. And I think the legislature, as a co-equal branch of government, has got to step forward. And we will. We will introduce ethics reform for the Illinois Supreme Court. I believe it should be included in any ethics omnibus activities that happen here. Those have been in short supply lately, even in a post-Madigan environment. But this decision should add emphasis to the fact that we have massive conflicts of interest on the court. And we need to determine for the court, because they're not willing to do it themselves, what constitutes a conflict of interest and rises to a need for recusal for justices on critical issues.